Well, a happy new year to you all, and thank you for watching. I wasn't going to do a video, I was just going to leave a message on my community page, but one of the great things I love about Japan, one of the many things that I love about Japan is, even though it's January the 1st, they still deliver records. So I've got a few singles here to show you. Well, two singles and an EP. None of them are particularly rare, but all interesting in their own way. So let's have a look at these records. So the first one is Are You Lonesome Tonight? I'll do these in chronological order. The single came out in February 61. My copy is from April 61. I bought it because it looks really clean, and in fact it is. You can see the company sleeve here is really crisp, it's hardly been touched. And this, in fact, this single was the first one to come with a fold-out insert. There are quite a few different variations of the back design, with price, without price, and so on. And there are also a couple of things to look out for inside as well. So you see how I Gotta Know, the lyrics there are in the middle, they're centered. You can also get some inserts where the lyrics to I Gotta Know are over on the left side. And this single is quite unusual in that it has a translation, full translation of the A-side lyrics. I say a full translation, but it's actually, let's put it this way, the translator has taken a lot of artistic license, if I can put it that way. There are quite a few lines in there that are not in the original song. Maybe one of these days I'll read it and go through it with you. It's quite funny, actually. Pretty hysterical. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to mention about this single. You see how on this sleeve there, it's got a V stamp, a letter V in a circle. And it might be difficult to make out, but you can also see the same stamp on the labels, just one here and one here. I was told that that denotes a record that was sold to a member of Victor's staff. Sometimes you can actually find that V stamped on each part of the item, so not only the sleeve and the labels, but also on the insert as well. And of course you find albums with that V stamp on as well. Also got an EP from the same year, 1961. This one's from July 1961, a Jailhouse Rock EP. And this was the first time that the Jailhouse Rock EP was released in Japan with the same 5 songs as the American EP, although the running order is slightly different. So you've got 3 songs on side 1. The American EP has I Want to Be Free on side 2, and this EP ends with Don't Leave Me Now, and the American EP ends with Baby I Don't Care. And again, there are a couple of major variants to look out for with this EP. You can see this one has a paper insert, so it's packaged very much like a single. You can also get a version which is in like a standard picture sleeve, which came out in '63. So this is the company sleeve for the EPs which came out at that time. And there's that blue Victor Compact 33 double label. This one's actually mono, by the way. It was subsequently released in a rare stereo version. And what's the last one? Okay, so we've got one more here. Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel. This is the first insert design, although the record itself was pressed in 1963. Have a look, what month was it? October 63. There's quite an interesting error on this sleeve. It's difficult to explain in English, but this is the Japanese title for Don't Be Cruel. There's actually a little bit of a spelling error. And you also get the same error on the back in 2 places, here and also on the right side here. What I imagine happened is the person who wrote this here got it wrong, and then the person operating the typesetting machine copied that mistake, and so it ends up being the same on both sides. The mistake is on both sides. However, if you look at the labels, the label is actually correct. So whoever did the label text knew what they were doing, basically. We've got a bit of a project going with the Hound Dog Don't Be Cruel single. In fact, this was the first time that these two singles were paired on a Japanese single in 1962. Prior to that, they'd been available separately on two different singles. So like I said, I've got a bit of a project going with this single, which I'll tell you more about later in the year. I mentioned there are many, many things I like about Japan. One of the few things I really dislike about Japan is the earthquakes. And we had one literally 10 or 15 minutes ago, right before I came and started filming this video. It was a level 4. We're not quite at the area of the epicenter here, but fairly close. And it was quite a big one. And it was shaking and rattling and rolling for about a minute here. It's pretty scary. But anyway, it seems to have settled down now. Well, okay. So once again, Happy New Year to everyone. Hopefully I'll have some good stuff to bring you later on this year. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Cheers. 皆さんこんにちは。はじめまして。はじめましてじゃなくて。皆さんこんにちは。明けましておめでとうございます。今年もよろしくお願いします。先ほどの地震感じましたか？今1月1日、何時頃かな？ 4 時50分。20分ぐらい前に結構揺れましたよ、ここ。長野にいますけど。震度4でした。1分ぐらい揺れてました。結構怖かったですよ。まあ今は落ち着いてると思いますけど。では、日本の素晴らしいことの一つは、1月1日なのにレコードが届きました。じゃあ今回は今日届いた3枚の紹介です。どれも珍しくないけど、まあ全部面白いと思います。最初は、今夜は一人会。61年2月のリリースだけど、この1枚は4月のプレスです。このレコードは、前のレコードと違って、見開きジャケットでした。最初の見開きジャケでした。で、B 面の歌詞なんですけど、こちらに真ん中に印刷されてますね。だけど、左に印刷されているバージョンもあります。ちなみに皆さん、この日本語の歌詞読んだことありますか？だいぶ英語バージョンと違いますよ。今度読んで比べてみてください。結構面白いですよ、日本語の歌詞。で、ビクターのジャケにこの V マークが印字されてますね。実はラベルにもありますけど、これどういう意味かというと、ビクターのスタッフが買ったっていう意味らしいです。じゃあ続いて、同じ61年の EP 版で、監獄録、7月のプレスです。アメリカ版と違う曲の順番ですね。A 面は3曲だけど、アメリカのオリジナルは2曲だけで、アメリカの B 面に3曲があった。で、アメリカ版の最後の曲は、Baby I Don't Care だけど、この日本版の最後の曲は、Don't Leave Me Now。で、最後に、ハウンドドッグ、冷たくしないで。皆さん、この日本語、おかしくない？たがないですね。冷くしないでになってしまいました。だけど、ラベルは OK。冷たくしないでって書いてあります。ジャケの裏にも 他がないです。下の方にも、ここにもないです。なぜかな。もしかして、これ手書きですね。この裏を用意した、なんだっけ、写食機を使った人は、前を見て、同じようなミスをしてしまいました。で、このジャケなんですけど、少なくとも3つのバージョンありますけど、どれも同じですね。RCA 版に、ジャケのデザインが違いますけど、4つぐらいありますね。RCA バージョン。で、どれも OK です。冷たくしないでってちゃんと書いてあります。で、このジャケのデザインなんですけど、これ最初のデザイン。330円の定価で、ベルマークがここに印刷されて、62年のバージョンと同じですけど、このレコードは63年10月のプレスです。ラベルは62年の最初のプレスと同じデザインですけど。じゃあ、今回はここまでですね。皆さん、ハッピーニューイヤー。